When I'm training for professional competitions, men and women always ask me for advice. To women, I say push yourself harder than you ever have before and go beyond your comfort zone. Focus on your goals. Men, if I am willing to push myself to become Mr. Olympia in 2022, then I only have one thing to say to you. Bring your A game.
Here we go again.
Hey all my Crimsonites, and welcome to the Crimson Cure channel, where we embrace our femininity, increase our womanly values, and celebrate our brothers. So join me on our feminine journey to learn, heal, and grow. Hey there, my Crimsonites, and welcome to the Crimson Cure channel. I am your host, femininity coach, and author of the Crimson Cure, and this is my perspective. So what we're talking about today is why Black women really don't need no man. We're going to really go in. I'm going to go in on why you got to stick by that. If y'all are going to say, I don't need no man for nothing, I don't need you, then y'all gonna have to really stand on that square, and not just when it's convenient. Now, recently, I'm gonna show y'all a clip of Tommy Sotomayor speaking. He was recently on Fresh and Fit's podcast, right? So the clip I'm about to show you is about 3 minutes long, but I'm not even gonna play the entire thing. I'm only gonna play like the first maybe 30 seconds or so of this video, because I'm probably going to go back in on it at some point. But I really want to focus on something. There was something said in the video as he was talking to the young ladies on the panel, and I'm going to share my screen really quickly. Let me, you know, it always takes me forever, but we'll be okay. Let's go.
Percent of Black males who are in jail come from single mother homes. So don't sit here and preach to me how y'all do such a great job of
So where's the father?
Listen to what
Where's
you're saying.
the man in the household?
Okay,
where did you go?
I can explain that. Let me explain that, please. Here's a simple answer to that. See, I own a house. In that house, if you were my wife, and I kept inviting dudes over, and they kept walking in with dirt on their shoes, and they kept throwing popcorn and shit on the ground and fucking it up. When they left, who would you blame? Me or them?
A combination of both.
No,
specifically
yes. Why? Because it's my house. See, let me explain something to you. When women have babies,
I'm not going to let it go into the rest of it. He's speaking facts throughout, but I only want to focus on them first few seconds. When he said 80% of the Black men who are incarcerated came from single mother households. So don't preach to me about what kind of good job y'all are doing raising these kids. And then she goes on to try to deflect, to say, where are the fathers? Where did the father go? And among so many other different issues, that I have with that type of deflection, is one that really bothered me was y'all don't need no man. See, stand on that though. Don't need him when the outcomes are getting pointed out with facts and stats about how horrible of a job y'all are actually doing, and how children that come from single mother homes are at much more of a disadvantage in this country than children that come from two-parent male and female homes. Single motherhood has been made the standard, and it has been normalized in the Black community, mainly because Black women are always somewhere talking about the men that they don't need. And every time they talk about men that they don't need, that revolves around money. It revolves around the fact that a woman can go and get a job, go and get this, go and get that, and actually be financially self-sufficient so that a man is not necessary. And y'all make that statement blanketed. I don't need no man. And when it comes to your children and the men that you have children with, you will tell him, I don't need you and my child don't need you. I'm going to be a single mother. And me and my child can do bad by ourselves. And I need y'all to take a moment to stand right there, because when those children turn out bad, when those children end up facing the pitfalls and the disadvantages that come with being raised without the guidance of a father, I need y'all to make sure that y'all take the accountability of having just done a bad job at parenting, because you don't need him, because Black men do not add any value to Black women if he's not adding money to a Black man. Other than that, he has no value or any function that you cannot produce yourself or that you cannot acquire from means outside of him. That is what it means when you don't need somebody. That means that person don't have anything tangible or intangible that you cannot either get or produce from inside yourself, produce on your own externally, or go to another source and get equal or better than what you would have gotten from that individual. That is what it means when you say, I don't need no man. We don't need you as men. That means his masculinity, his male view, the way he thinks and does things, his parenting ability, his viewpoint, his male essence, none of that. You don't need any of that, because you can either produce it or you can acquire it from non-male sources. Not another man, no man. No man. So all that he would offer is ultimately unnecessary, according to the statement, I don't need no man. So if that's true, then single mothers should have the same or similar success rates with their children as the two-parent household. Why the single mother children are at a disadvantage? Why are they at that disadvantage? They shouldn't be at a disadvantage, because whatever that father would have brought, you can bring, or you can sufficiently replace it with a non-male source. You can do as good of a job without him as you would have done with him. It makes a negligible difference. Correct? When you say you don't need a man. So when you say, I don't need a man, you need to understand that you're saying that Black men are unnecessary in every single facet. He's unnecessary completely. He's unneeded. Unneeded. A want and just wanting him around to use him is different. I want a new pair of heels, but I don't need a new pair of heels. I can get by in life if I never buy another pair of heels. You understand what I'm saying? I don't need them. I don't need them. There is not anything that's going to be detrimentally taken from me if I don't go out right now and buy me another pair of heels. But I would like another pair of heels. Do you understand that? So when we talk about the bad statistics, when we talk about black men are in jail, because a lot of y'all are putting them there, not only as grown people arguing back and forth and you call the police and he get arrested. It's not even just that aspect. It's the aspect of raising a black male child without any guidance, without any parenting from a father, from his father, so that he can learn and understand manhood, so that he can operate properly in this world. You set him up for the school to prison pipeline. You set him up for that. That's why there's a school to prison pipeline. That's the whole point of taking black men away, of creating situations, including your feminist mindset, of taking black men out of their homes, or not even having nobody set up a home to begin with. That's even worse. So I don't want to hear y'all ask about where the fathers are or what contribution he did or did not make, because he is not needed, and therefore the child should not receive anything less without him than they would have received with him in their life. It don't make a difference. It doesn't make a difference. Does it? When you don't need something, then you can go either way, either or. You'll be fine either way, whether he's there helping you raise kids or whether he's long gone and you're doing it by yourself. The child's outcome should be just as good, because you're just as good, because your parenting can cover both ends, because you don't need a man. And when you don't need a man, your child don't need a father, because in a lot of y'all eyesights, that's the same hack for whatever reason. I don't need a man. The point I'm trying to get y'all to understand is I don't need a man is a universal statement. And when you constantly say it along with declarations of independence, that means everything. Not just areas where you're comfortable not needing him. I'm comfortable not needing a man's financial contribution because I make 6 figures. Okay. But I would never sit up and say I don't need a man, because I do need a man. Y'all like to cherry pick when you need him and when you don't. When he's necessary and when he's not. And you can't do that. You either need him or you don't. He's either necessary or he's not. So when we start talking about that stat that Tommy brought up, about 80% of the black men who are incarcerated come from single mother homes, don't start talking about the men. Because the point was, we're doing a good job with these kids. Okay, because you don't need men. Because you are completely sufficient independently. Y'all don't know what words mean. You made a declaration of independence from black men. That means you don't want nothing from them. When the United States wrote up the Declaration of Independence, who was they declaring independence from? Britain. They was declaring independence from the monarchy. They didn't want to have to be subject to the rules and regulations and the domination of the monarchy without really getting anything, receiving anything in reciprocity. Taxation without representation was a big one. You just get to rule over us, but we don't actually get nothing out of that we can use. And we're restricted and fettered by your rules when you don't even really know what's going on this continent and how we got to do stuff. So in order to have you relinquish, that was the Revolutionary War. And in the Declaration of Independence, we don't need you. That means not only do we not need you, but we're not going to try to receive benefit from you either. We either sink or swim without you. If we swim, fine. If we sink, it'll be without you. Because we independent of you. We don't need nothing from you. We don't want nothing from you. We'll do it on our own. We either gonna succeed as a country or we won't. That's what Black women need to do. Either succeed on your own and then don't complain about the outcomes. The outcomes should be good because you're better than Black men. Remember that. The outcomes of the Black community should be stellar because you have more leadership in your pinky finger than the whole collective of Black men from the day the slave ships landed on the East Coast to now. Right? Right. So sound off in the comment section. Let me know what you think. Like, share, subscribe to the channel if you have not. Once again, I'm your host, The Crimson Cure, and this was my perspective. Bye-bye, Crimsonites.
Hey guys, please like, share, and subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell. And if you've got more to say on the topic, leave a comment down below. Also, don't forget to support our sponsor who so graciously supports this channel by clicking the description box and the link for A-Game at agameherbal.com. You can go ahead and get a 10% discount off of your next purchase using the code Kendra10. This has been yet another Crimson Cure production, and I'll catch you guys on the next one.